1, 2, 1, 2. Testime. Tere kõigile. Tere, tere. Kuidas tuju on? Näen näppe. Et testime mikrofoni ja samaaegselt testime ka Facebook Live'i. Et tahaksin, et te võtaksite oma telefonid välja. Vaataksite, et kas te näete Facebook Live'i. Mina kuulen siin oma häält. Vaataksite, et kas te näete Facebook Live'i. Mina kuulen siin oma häält. Nii, väga hästi. Minul toimib. Et teeme väikese mängu. Et jagage kõik Facebook Live'i oma sõpradega, et investeerimisteadmised leviksid siis üle Eesti laiali ja võib-olla ka üle maailma. Ja jagajate vahel loosime siis välja ühe Seppo raamatu ja kui juba on, siis loosime veel ühe teise, saate kinkida siis oma sõpradele. Ja räägin praegu eesti keeles. Kas on keegi saalist, kes eesti keelest aru ei saa? Ma küsin eesti keeles. Väga hea, kõik saavad eesti keelest aru. Aga päevakord on siis selline, et 15.40 võib-olla natukene arustame varem. Teeme sellise vestlusõhtu Seppo Saarioga ja Seppo on ette valmistanud meile hulgaliselt slaide ja need on teil ka olemas, kellel olemas ei ole, siis seal taga on poisid, kes jagavad pabereid, et saate sealt minna haarata endale kaasa. Siis peale seda teeme väikese pausi, siis teeme paneeli, kus räägime Seppo raamatust ja peale seda on raamatu allkirjastamine. Et paneme selle laua siia püsti ja inimesed hakkavad seal järjekorras tulema. Kindel üks selline reegel on see, et kui teil on küsimus, siis seal käega näidatud suunas on mikrofon, tõuske püsti, jalutage selle mikrofoni juurde, tekitage ilus selline rivi üksteise järel, et palun ärge kakelge seal ja küsige siis küsimus, et me vahepeal siin Seppo arutluse ajal siis saame kellegi võtta ka küsimuse. Ja kõige olulisem reegel on see, et tundke ennast võimalikult hästi tänase ürituse jooksul. Tundke ennast võimalikult hästi. Me teeme ka selliseid networking pause, suhelge inimestega, suhelge nende inimestega, keda huvitab investeerimine, keda huvitab aktsiatesse investeerimine. Ja täna rääkisime ka Seppoga enne siia tulekut. Ta ütles, et tema tulemused täna ei ole enam nii head, kuid kunagi vanasti olid paremad sellepärast, et ta käis palju rohkem networking üritustel. Ja ta ütles seda, et tõeline investor peab leidma enda ümber inimesi, kellega saaks siis sellist investeerimisinformatsiooni jagada, sest et seal on see informatsioon, mida saab kasutada oma siis investeeringute hüvanguks. Aga kohe ma lähen üle ingliskeelele, et ja tegelikult ongi õige hetk minna üle ingliskeelele. So, our great honorary speaker today is Seppo Saario, and actually Seppo haven't speak to public about 2 years. Even in Finland he don't speaks. And last time he came here to Estonia in 2009, and when I first called to Seppo, it's magically just appeared that he was coming to Estonia, and he said that, yeah, in August I will be here in Estonia, and okay, let's meet. And then I didn't know about that Äripäev is publishing his book. Then came out that Äripäev is publishing his new book, and everything just fell together. So Investment Club, Äripäev, Seppo Saario, Investment Club members, and you guests here are today here to speak the legendary Seppo Saario, who is known as well Warren Buffett of Europe. So make me huge applause and welcome to Seppo Saario. Woo! Hey Seppo. Hey. Oh, I'm so excited. How about you? Yeah, you just can talk. Yeah, I think they can. Try once more. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, it's working. So, Seppo, you came all the way from Finland, country far away from Estonia.
2 hours from here.
2 hours from here.
In a slow boat.
Slow boat. So, what do you think about Estonia?
It's a nice country. I think I have been here about 20 times.
20 times?
Yeah, about. The first time it was Soviet time.
Okay. And before coming to Estonia, you were in Spain, and you had a good time there with your friends.
Yeah.
You said that you were playing golf.
Yeah, we were 14 friends. We play every fall golf somewhere. We were Palma de Mallorca
Okay.
last week.
Okay. And how it was? Did you win?
No. I used to win when we had a competition, but not anymore.
Okay. I see. So you have prepared a lot of slides today to us, and also I have prepared some questions to you. I think because we have so many different topics to discuss, let's jump in. And I think for younger generation and maybe older generation, is good to know where are you coming from and when you started to invest, and how it's all started, how your book started. Maybe about book later, but how is your investment career?
I tried to tell shortly. I was born in let's say middle class family in Finland, in Helsinki, and then I went to the business school of Helsinki Kauppakorkeakoulu, and after the first year I worked as a tourist guide in Stockholm, Sweden. I earned money and I saved a lot, and then at the end of the summer, that time when you could show to the customs people that you have earned money, you can bring in a used car. So I bought the Volkswagen and brought it to Finland and sold it, and then I had a good friend of mine. He was also working in Stockholm, we met there, but he spent his money. So with my new money we bought a better car and brought it to Finland with his papers and divided the profits. And then after the second year in business school, so I heard that California is a nice place, so I went to KOP Bank, asked for directory of different banks, names and addresses. I wrote to, was it 4 or 5 banks in San Francisco area, and asked if they could offer me a job for summertime. So I got an answer from Savings Bank of Mendocino County, small savings bank, and I worked in different departments, and I could finance my travel with what I had got from the car sales, and then I was there last 2 or 3 weeks in the department where they manage people's money, but at that time, that was summer 1960, even the Americans, they didn't have much money. There was small amounts and very few investors. But okay, I learned a lot, and then I came back to Finland, and after graduation I went to work for a Finnish company, Huhtamäki. It's a big company, and that time they were making all kinds of food and pharmaceutical products, and then they asked me after a couple of weeks that they have this crisp bread that we are planning to start to sell that in the United States, and they had created a daughter company, Finn Foods Incorporated, and they sent me over as a salesman to New York. And I stayed there for a year and sold it to retailers, and then brought orders to wholesalers, and it started to grow. It's still you can see the product almost everywhere there. And at the same time, there was a friend of mine was at the Columbia University Business School, and I followed what he did, and he was very happy. And when I came back to Finland, so I applied for a scholarship, I got it. So I went to the Columbia Business School, and I did my master's degree there. And I had 2 main topics. One was international business, and the other was finance. I was very thrilled about finance, but already before that time I had made some investments in Finland, And so I started to learn more about investing in stocks and came back to Finland, and I had a good job, and so I could save some money, and I started to buy and sell shares and started my own investment company rather soon, and I made rather nicely money. I concentrated always just in one company because I wanted to raise my capital. And then I was a member of the Junior Chamber of Commerce and JCs, and I made a presentation there, and then they started. There was owner of a local newspaper, big regional paper, and I started to write a column there every other Sunday. And then finally a publisher contacted me and said, why don't you write a book? And then my first book came in 1972. And actually I have been writing all the time the same book. At first I changed the name, I had changed to better name and whole concept. Good authors, they write new books every fall. I just improve my book, and this has sold in 97,000 copies so far.
Oh, 97,000.
1,000 copies, and the last time I updated this in Finland was January of this year when it came out. Sometimes I changed the name and I wrote a part 2 and then I put together. But now I'm back to the main name, How to Buy Stocks, because in the United States the most sold book after Bible is How to Buy Stocks. The name of it, years ago it had sold already, was it 17 million copies? I don't know how many now, but so this started.
So when did you buy your first stock, and you
Yeah, I was a schoolboy. That was before the business school, and I worked a summer somewhere and cutting grass and in Helsinki, and I made some money, and then I decided to buy some shares, and that was after the war in late 1940s or early 1950s, and my father said that, why don't you buy Ford? At that time we had listed in Helsinki the daughter company of Ford Motor Company, because they had an assembly plant making trucks in Helsinki, and that was listed already in 1920s. So my father said that you better buy American company because the Russians, they will not ever take it. And so my first share was Ford. Unit price was very high. Probably I bought only one or maximum two. And then I thought that I had to go to the annual meeting to find out more company. And I was maybe 15, 16. I went to I thought that there are a lot of people like here that nobody knows me. I went to there was only 8 old gentlemen. Two from United States and the other were Finns, and they were Swedish-speaking Finns. And so I just had to go to there, and after the meeting itself took 10 minutes, but after there was a good dinner, and the CEO of the company, he took me next to him to sit, and we talked a lot. Luckily I could speak Swedish. I was as a child I was in Sweden, and so it started, and since that I have always had some shares, and
that's an interesting story. Yeah. So you have the slide, who is an investor. So how you define the investor? So can I say that you are an investor?
Yeah, if you spend all your money what you earn every month, you are not an investor because you don't have anything left. But if you save something, even a small amount every month, then you are an investor because you must put your money somewhere, and that's an investor. And the worst thing people can make, they don't invest in stocks at all. So you will never be financially independent or rich. If you don't invest, so how can you make money? So that's the first thing.
That's interesting because I think I'm an investor too. Maybe a little bit smaller than you, much smaller. But the question is, when you can say that one become an investor, do you have some measurements or some? When can you say that now I'm Seppo Saario, I'm a good investor. Now I became a good investor. Is there a point, like the tipping point, where you start studying or something?
Okay, I had one tipping point. It was 1989. I was the president of a financial company. We were doing new listings. Actually, I have planned 12 new listings to Helsinki Stock Exchange. But I left that, and since 1989 I have been living only with my capital income or dividends. So then I became investor because nobody paid me any salary or nothing. So I have been on my own since 1989. So it looks like I'm an investor then.
So, but if here is a young investors, how you can, when you can say that, okay, now I'm investor, is it like measured by success, how much profit you make?
I think if you own shares, then you are an investor.
Excuse me?
If you own shares
Oh, yeah.
of a company, then you are an investor.
Okay, I see. But you can be not.
Okay, you are small or big or medium or whatever. But the investor is, if you own stocks, then you are an investor.
But how you define successful investors? Where is this tipping
It
point?
depends. If we ask people here, everybody is giving different answer.
Okay, I see. Very interesting. So the main thing is put money to work for you.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
And who, when you started, who was your mentor or person who you were looking for?
You know, the problem was that that time in Finland, 1950s, nobody knew anything about investing, and that's why even at the business school in Helsinki, they didn't talk anything about finance, and so that's why I wanted to go to the United States, and Columbia Business School is one of the best in finance. So that's how I learned.
Okay.
I didn't have any special person. I had later somebody and so on.
So you have here different sectors to invest: gold and cash, banking, saving, bonds, real estate and stocks. In your portfolio today, or maybe early days, what was your favorite investments there?
Stocks and real estate.
Stocks and real estate. So
Yeah.
my question about maybe this slide is, what do you think about cycle investment? So there's this theory of cycle investing. There is stock markets have a bulls and bears.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this theory that when stock markets rise, gold goes down? When gold rise,
Here's an answer. The trend is your friend.
Okay, I see. If you look at the gold, then trend is down, then it's not a good investor at this moment. So the main thing in investment is to find valuable companies or to find value in businesses. So
Or undervalued companies.
or undervalued companies with a price. What is your philosophy or ideas about this?
Okay, the first thing, but I want to have that the company is growing. The net sales are increasing from year to year. Nowadays in Europe, most of the companies, they don't grow at all. They cut their expenses and improve the result. But if you don't grow, so don't invest in such a company.
So today it's very hard to find this kind of companies.
There are, but there are not that many. Every company used to grow, but not anymore. And the world is changing very quickly. It's internet and all kinds of new things. They are killing many industries.
So, okay, this is a good point. So how can you find in today's day? I don't know. Do you agree that today the market is very high and there is a very hard to find valuable stocks?
It is high, yeah.
But is there a good stocks that you can buy today?
There are always stocks. Companies going up and companies going down. It's more work when the prices are at the higher level. And the problem is that when the whole market will go down, even the companies with lower valuation, even them, they will go down.
Okay, I see.
But my main point in what I think is that I invest in the companies. I expect that they increase their dividend every year, because that's the key to the success. Invest only in the companies that increase their dividends every year. Or in the bad years, they keep the dividend same. And I want to have so that every spring when they pay dividends, March, April, so every spring I will get more dividend as previous year. That's my goal. The prices, they go up and down, but the dividends, they rule the game.
So there is Estonians fund managers or one particular fund manager who have this kind of approach that it's not always good to be long at the stock market. So sometimes it's good to be in cash. What do you think about this? Is today a good time to even look for valuable companies? Maybe it's a good time to wait when markets will come down a little bit.
If you look at the people who have made lot of money, really lot of money in the stock market, so there's one common rule what they never sell. You just buy and keep. I know one very successful investor in Finland. He has made lot of money, and
we will have slide.
We play golf together, and then it was a couple of years ago we played golf together, and said that you never talk about the stock market, and we all know that you have some stocks, and then his answer was that, yes, I have all kinds of good companies, the Helsinki Stock Exchange, and I have put all my stocks in the cellar and closed it, and I have thrown the key away. And he just collects his money every spring.
We have this great Dr. Christian Liivamägi. He's today actually here, and he says that the most successful traders are those who are dead.
Could be true.
So they even never touch their investments. So market measurement of value of the market. So what you can say about the market today, and how you look how good value market giving today?
Yeah, the market is a little bit high, but you must remember that the interest rate level is lowest than ever. If you get money for 1% or even less, so compared to that, the markets are not so high. They are not overheated at all. In Finland, the P number to this year's expected earnings P is about 18, and long time P figure in Helsinki Stock Exchange between 12 to 14, depends who calculates it. But so it's a little bit higher than normally. But then if you look at the dividend yield, in the last 30 years in Finland, has been about a little more than 4% average, and today it's about the same. And then if you compare the valuations to book value, what is the market capitalization of the company, so the long range 30 years or so in Finland has been about 2.1 and 2 times the equity, and it's just the same just now. So only with P numbers, the profitability of the companies are not that good because of the bad times, but generally they are a little bit high, but but there's no way to say that they are too high because there's so much new money coming from bonds and savings to the stock market, because if you buy bonds, you don't earn anything. If you keep your money in bank, you don't earn anything. The only way where you can earn money is the stock market and maybe real estate too. So it's easy way to invest in the stock market. And at least in Finland, people they follow the prices. When price go up and down, the mood is going up and mood is going down. But the real thing is you must follow the companies what you own. The prices, they always will go up and down. But the key is that the company is doing well. And remember the dividends.
Okay, I see. So today's market is very interesting, and I had a question, I just forgot it. It's not important anymore. Anyway, timing in investing. What do you think about timing? When I was looking at your this slide about timing, you said it's not a very important issue actually.
It depends what kind of investor you are. You know, in my books, I don't rely on one single investment style. There are so many different styles, and everyone must find a style that suits himself. And my book will tell about different styles. And you know, I have one good example. This Professor Jutikala, which is there in the slides. He invested. He was a teacher all his life, and when he died and had no children, the value of his portfolio was 22 million euros, and he got 1 million euros dividends every year. And his investment style, that every month, all his life, he had put a little bit in the stock market, and then when the market go up, then you will find that, oh, I have plenty of these stocks I have bought at low prices, and very few stocks when the prices were high, because he always bought with the same amount of money. If you buy stocks with 1,000 euros every month, if you are that lucky, then you get more of the shares when prices are low. So for him, the timing didn't mean anything. But let's say that we talk about swing traders or whatever who follow all kinds of techniques. So then timing is crucial. If you buy at the wrong time and that's your only investment, then you lose money. And I even know some Estonians who lost money when the markets collapsed in 1990s, and they put all their money just at the wrong time. But if you buy every month, then you will make money, and you can make a lot of money. And so there are many styles. There's not a single style how to.
So what is your favorite style today? If you are experienced, you have seen all.
You know, I have always been interested in investing with my own money on all kinds of different things. I have gold, art, and real estate, and whatever, stock options and stocks and bonds and so on. And I always wanted to see what the new things are. And just now I have 3 types of portfolios. I have one very long portfolio that I will not sell. They are behind life insurance, and the best Finnish companies. And my children and grandchildren, they will inherit. I don't touch them. That's one portfolio. Then I have another portfolio on my own name, where I have some shares I have owned for 10 years and some shares I have owned for 2 weeks or so. And And nowadays I work only alone, and I'm that old. I don't care so much. So I don't go to investment seminars. I don't visit companies anymore. And so I have less knowledge than before. But I still want to be involved in the stock market. 2 years ago, that was my third investment company. I closed it, and my children got most of the money and so on. But then I still started to trade, and then I found out that I cannot put any expenses in this way, and so I started again for short trades. And the problem is I travel too much, and I have excellent systems, but the requirement is I sit near the screen all the time. And when I travel, and then the news comes from a company, and that dives, and then that's the way. So last couple of months with this trading company, I have not done any good. Summer went pretty well, but now, I have been more interested in sports, and then I have health problems and all kinds of this, and it's time to be in the stock market. It's time to go fishing or do something else. My thing has always been I want to study all the different things what is available.
Not only stock market, but as well the whole world.
Yeah, the whole. I have too many real estate. And
so, regarding timing, do you remember some great example that where you had a right timing, and it's so good example that you can say it right now?
So I have examples of right timing and wrong timing, both.
Okay, let's start with the wrong one.
Sometimes I'm very quick to get rid of the bad investments, but the worst thing is that you go to Spain for 2 weeks with your friends to play golf, and you don't follow the stock market. Then you have a good position in some company, and they come with a negative news, and the stock dives 20%, and then you come back to home and how did I do this? And that's the worst thing. That even if I have mobile phones and all kinds of things, iPads and so on, when I'm doing other things, then I'm not so interested, and they are expensive moments. And when in stock market, there's one thing to remember. The stocks, when they go up, they go very slowly, and after bad news, they die very quickly. And if you can take your losses as small, then you are a good investor. And I have taken some of the losses taken too late, but I have avoided bankruptcy companies and so on. So the best thing is to invest in the biggest and best companies. But I'm happy if I go to a small company and then I buy it, and then I see it that goes 3 times up or 5 times up, and I have several of those. And then you have done something right, but maybe that has been just luck.
So there is a saying that bulls go up of stairs and bears jump out of the window.
Yeah.
On the stock market.
Yeah.
And when they jump, then
but you need a parachute. That helps.
So maybe later we'll talk about your risk management strategies as well. But Carl Icahn, have you met Carl Icahn?
No.
No, you haven't. He have this interesting video on YouTube. So actually, it's about this. You don't have it here. It's the wrong slide. Actually, you have a very interesting slide. I have it. I don't know you have it. It's insider trading. It's only mine. Okay. So basically you have this slide about insider trading, and about you are talking about that you should follow the owners. That when owners are selling, then you should follow them.
Yeah, or follow the insiders.
Follow the insiders.
Because they have to report all their trades.
So Carl Icahn has said that today buybacks have slower because companies are too expensive to buy, and insider investors don't want to make buybacks anymore because of so expensive stock. And from another side, he's talking about earnings per share, that companies' earnings are lower than paid out dividends. So, and he says that it's a huge risk of stock market, that in one moment the stock market will not have any more buy side. So what do you think about Carl Icahn's thought about stock market? Is this risk in your opinion as well?
Yes, it is. We are near the moment when all the investors, they are fully invested. So where can we find new investors? Because we need new investors to raise the prices of the stocks.
So
And in my mind, we are rather near the top. But when the interest rate level is low, and if it stays low, so the markets will stay high. Liquidity is very good.
okay, I see. So this is a right time to ask question: what drives the stock market? Who is do we small retail investors in Estonia can somehow impact the stock markets of United States, for example? Who is the players there?
They are the fund managers.
So fund managers.
Yeah. They are eager to sell and buy, and they trade all the time. And the quantities what they have, they are so big. But generally, it is fund managers. Individual investors. It was 15 years ago. Somebody studied the Helsinki Stock Exchange. So the share of the volume 16 years ago was it 1 or 2% at the Helsinki Stock Exchange. So that's bullshit. So it's they are fund managers.
So basically, if we want to be a good investors or traders, we need to know what our fund managers going to do.
Yeah,
next.
or foreign investors.
Or foreign investors.
What they are doing. You know, like Finland and Estonia, we are so far from the center of the market. So when bad times arrive, so at first they sell away those stocks that are far away.
So basically, if something might happen on the stock market, Donald Trump's get president and interest rates come up.
Yeah.
So then fund managers
Helsinki will dive.
And Tallinn will dive.
Yeah.
And all Balticum will dive.
Yeah, except small companies where there are very few foreign owners.
Okay.
So that's one reason why I'm interested in smaller companies, because there are very few foreign owners, and also I like that there are private people, big owners of the companies.
Okay.
Not institutional.
Okay. So for us, for retail investors, and we are so far away from the center, as you're saying, where would we get this good information about stock market today? So is there a advantage to us as well, something?
Really, I don't know.
I think there isn't actually.
I follow New York Stock Exchange, Stockholm Stock Exchange, and Helsinki Stock Exchange. Those three I follow practically every day.
Okay, I see. So, growth. You say that it's all about growth, about net sales, about revenues. How do you look? What components do you look in the company regarding the growth, when you can say that this company is growing and it's a good investment, or this company is bad and it's not growing?
One important thing is that the company's market leader in the business where they are involved. So there's a chart in the book that the companies who are number ones in their markets, they have the highest profitability. So don't buy number 2, 3 or 4s. So if you are in a small company, then your segment must be very narrow so that you have good market position there. So this is one thing.
Why not? Why not buy small? For example, if there is
small, but you must be in your segment must be such that you are number one there.
Why it's important to be number one in this segment?
Yeah, there are studies that show. So when I came over with the Tallink ferry, and I met an old friend of mine, and you see there are these how do you call it, parquet floors, and he bought 10 years ago almost for nothing a company in Sweden, and there's before you have these wooden parts, there's under that there's some kind of wooden carpet or something like that made of wood, and he makes only that, and he said that his market share in Europe is over 40%. He's number one, and he invested 6 years ago 20 million euros for a new machine, and he has paid back everything already. So he's number one in that narrow segment. He has 90 people working, and he said he bought it almost for nothing. So whatever you do is number one.
So Warren Buffett says that the investors of today does not profit from yesterday's growth. What does that mean?
That means that if you are a paper company and you look at the history, they have good growth, but the big Finnish paper companies, they have not increased their sales at all for last 20 years. They are like UPM, Kymmene and Stora Enso. Both net sales have been around 10 billion euros and no growth at all. They have cut their expenses, but paper consumption is going down by 8% every year. They just told in a couple of days in the interim report. So it was so that somebody told that it was iPad 2 and Apple's iPhone. They killed the paper business in Finland, and then they killed Nokia. The two things.
Actually, that was my next question. You had this good sentence that world is changing rapidly and new technologies destroyed old businesses quicker than most people can imagine. And my question was, is same happened with Nokia? And you actually answered this.
Yeah.
So what's happened there? Like,
Nokia is a network company, and the biggest problem with them is Huawei, the Chinese company, which is good with inventions, and they have very low production cost. And that's a big headache for both Ericsson and Nokia.
Okay. So for investors, it's good to know which company will be destroyed next, or which company will take over the business. What do you see today in today's market? Which are those company which going to take over the old companies?
If we look at the growth companies, so Facebook is one. Look at this. We are in Facebook.
We are live in Facebook.
Yeah, live,
yes.
yeah. And they are selling advertising for all over the world. Google is another one. They are killing the advertising agency businesses in most of the countries. So that's how you have to look at it. Facebook is very expensive. I made a mistake. I sold my Facebooks and the shares. And
But you made a profit, I guess.
I made it, but it was still a mistake. It is expensive and it will be expensive after 5 years, but probably it's double size at that time. And the same with Google, and they are so big and they have so big cash flow, they can buy all the competitors out, which are dangerous.
Yes, it is. So what do they think about Tesla, for example, Elon Musk company? Do they will destroy it?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. Big question is how is the battery doing, the new battery, and what are the competitors doing? They are not the only one. Somebody else can invent a car with a much longer driving life with the same battery.
Yeah, it is.
It's very. It's more like speculating buying it.
But it is, or
it is. Yeah, it has made big swings.
So the next dividends. You have different interesting topics here. So the one you don't. You have it here. The one interesting that earnings can lie, but dividends never lie. So what do you mean about that?
You know, some companies they showed good profits, but then when they decide about the dividend, that is lower than you have expected. So then there are probably something wrong with the numbers of the company. Maybe they should write down something on their balance sheet or so on. Or then there's a chance that maybe the management knows that the future, the next year is not that good. That's why they don't raise the dividend. It was about 10 years ago, Kone, the best Finnish company making these lifts, and they came out with an excellent result, but they didn't raise the dividend. Everybody expected they raised the dividend. After a couple of weeks, European Commission came out that there's an illegal cartel between the lift makers and they will have very high fines, and that was the reason that the management knew that the European Commission will decide something for which they need a lot of cash, so they didn't raise the dividend. So yeah, it's good to remember about the dividends. The value of a cow is not based on how much milk the cow has inside. It's how much milk it's milking, the real result. That's the key. That makes a cow valuable, how much milk it can milk.
That's the good point. So can we say that there is two types of investors, those who like growth companies and those who like dividends companies? Which one you more like growth companies or dividend companies or even both?
I want to have both.
Both?
Yeah. Growing and raising dividends.
Okay, that's basically it.
Growing profitability, with high profitability.
So this actually I have heard about this Nobel pro-share dividend aristocrats, and can you open up a little bit about this ETF instrument?
Yeah, there are just now about 50 companies in the United States that they have increased their annual dividend every year for at least 25 consecutive years. So Coca-Cola is one. Most of the companies are not, they are medium sized, so, but that's how it must work. Companies growing, profitability is good, so it's easy to raise the dividend. And I think they are in the long run, they are the best companies to own.
So basically you can own dividend companies from United States from SP 500
Yeah,
with
the-
Nobel ETF
Yeah.
with low cost.
low cost, yeah.
And if I remember correctly, this have even beaten the stock market itself.
Oh, yes, yes.
Can you say how much percent?
I don't remember.
Okay, but it's an interesting strategy as well to have, like just idea. So, Eino.
Can I say one point here? I used to follow the Tallinn stock market, but not for a few years. But then now I went through the numbers of 4 companies before I left here, and okay, your big star is Tallink. But then when you look at how Tallink has paid dividends, so in my mind they don't have any strategy. The company is very well managed and doing pretty well and buying new ships and very competitive. But their dividend policy is not that good. It should be so that from year to year they raise the dividend. Then you get the trust from the investors. But if you cut the dividend after some minor problems, so that's not that good at all. So
why it can be like this? Why they are doing this?
I guess that it's the same as Nokia. They never had anyone among the board of directors who understood this point.
Okay, I see. I hope they maybe are seeing so Estonian investors can gain some dividends in future.
I've been at Enpan's guest when they opened one of the hotels here and talked to him one evening, but there were other people. We didn't talk about dividends. That time they had more problem because they had a lot of debt and they want just to survive. But today it's a strong company, but they could think about this dividend policy.
Okay. So you have this professor Eino, and you were talking a little bit about his dividend strategies before. So can you do you know him?
Yeah, I knew him when I was at the business school of Helsinki in late 1950s. So he was teaching economics history or history of economics. But I never took his class. I met him many times, but I never had a class with him. But he was very nice guy, very quiet and modest, and did excellent way his job always, and was regarded very high. He wrote a lot of books, history books and economics history, and nobody knew about his investments. But when he died, and he donated to a foundation or what he had, to a foundation that's near University of Helsinki, and the value of his portfolio was 22 million euros. And he was the only teacher all his life and didn't earn much money, but he all the time bought some shares. Read these 2 pages very carefully, and then you understand what was his point. He bought biggest Finnish companies, and they all were in different businesses, and all were market leaders, and they paid dividends, and there are many good points. And just follow him, and he never sold anything. Then you don't pay any taxes. And
sounds easy.
Yeah, but you need to have very strong
courage,
courage, yeah, in the bad times, that you follow your rules, and what he knew about economics history, it goes up and down, and if it goes down now, someday it will go up again, and
so there is.
I think this is the best example of a successful investor. Not much to do, just to walk the straight line.
So you're talking, it's like it's I don't know, easiest thing in the life, investing. So is it like this?
Now, when he died, he was 99 years old, so maybe he had invested for 70 years. You know, long time helps.
Yeah, it
You
is.
get compounded interest.
So if I'm young person and I just got your book and I'm all into the stock market. I don't have any money, maybe some work I'm making, but I have this desire because movies show me that it's possible to become rich over the night. Can you can maybe not? Can you say, is it possible to be very professional trader and make very good results and to become
I remember it was about 10-15 years ago, so I met young people from the Helsinki Business School who were students there, and they didn't work for money, and they were studying, and still some of the students there, they had nice cars and so on, and I talked to them, so they had made the money in the stock market. They were quick to understand and quick to use telephone to call and find out and could decide the right way. So it is possible, and it has been possible, and it will be possible that some are very bright and fast and lucky.
So what it takes to be in top of the 1% of the successful traders from your experience?
I don't know.
You don't know?
You know, you need to have at least some money, but that's not the problem. The problem is that you must be talented and you must have knowledge and you must make good decisions. You can always borrow money if you know what to do with the money.
So basically, if I'm not talented, I don't know nothing, and I don't make good decisions, it's unlikely that I make money in near 5 years.
No, that's difficult to say.
Okay. I just want to make this...
When I graduated from the business school in Helsinki, my net worth was negative. I had some student loan or some loan, and at that time I had only one telephone company's share, and that was all. It was negative, but I was lucky because the market went up, and I bought some options. The big banks, they had new issues, and the option prices, they went up and down very quickly, and I was involved in those. I was able to take my money 5 times out from the table rather quickly, and you must have luck also.
Okay. So maybe it's a good time to come how to invest when markets are falling. Is there particular strategies you use when there's a bad times in markets and very volatile and
yeah, it's like a boxing ring. You need not to be there boxing all the time. You can go outside the ring and go and sit in among the audience.
So
but I can never sell everything.
So basically,
even if the times are bad.
So basically, you are saying that there is a time when you have to attack, and there is a time when you have to take back.
Yeah, and but it depends what type of investor are you. If you invest in the long run, like this Eino Jutikala did, then you don't care whether times are good or bad. You just follow your rule. But like I have different portfolios, so I have different strategies. And the shorter my strategies, the worse are the results.
Okay. So let's move from Eino to ownership structure matters. So what is matters?
I think the important thing is that they are private people who are the main shareholders, who decide the fate of the company. And in Sweden they have studied that the best ones are in the first generation. Sometimes second generation they destroy the company, or maybe the third generation. Like those are very good. There's a big private investor who has started or created a company, and you know, if there are a lot of institutional investors, they always tell that they own for the long run, but they are the first ones actually who sell. Private people are the last ones who sell, but if they sell, then you have to sell, because they know much more than you do about the company.
So basically, you are looking in those companies that have private people inside, CEOs who have a lot of shares, and company workers as well have a lot.
When they have a lot of private persons in the top management, if they have a lot of shares, they want that the value of their shares will go up. But if they don't have shares, then they want that their salary will go up.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
That's an interesting point. When we were on the lunch, you said that you have went during your professional career in different businesses, and you find out that those companies. Maybe you can say by yourself what do you find out about this companies? How did you look in the companies? Are they good or not, or bad?
I don't remember what.
Okay, you were saying that when the office is very expensive.
Yeah. One good thing is I used to visit a lot of companies. I've been all the Baltic countries maybe 4 or 5 times, and we did so. It's a good advice. There was a friend of mine and me, and we arranged this, and we made a group of 5 or 6 investors, and then we decided, okay, now we want to go to Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, and visit companies, and then we thought about who will be interested in arranging the trip for us. So we would pay our transportation, flight tickets and hotels, and then, okay, there are stockbrokers or then there are funds who are doing Baltic funds, and we always found somebody who arranged the whole thing, and then that was normally so that on Sunday night we took the flight to I'm so tired, I didn't sleep last night at all. The Lithuania, the capital.
Riga.
No,
Lithuania. Vilnius.
We took the Sunday night flight to there, and the next morning we started. This broker, he had arranged maybe 4 visits, and we had a small bus. We visited 4 companies, and in the evening we went with the bus to Riga. And next day the same thing, 4 or 5 companies in Latvia, and then we came to Estonia, and the last place we always visited was Saku, the brewery, because we wanted to have beer. and this is a good way. At first we always investors, we talked all the time, and then we visited the companies, and we could see what was behind the numbers, and that really opens the things. It's not only that you read reports, you must meet people and to see how it looks, and some companies, they put a lot of money in the head office. That's the wrong place to put owners' money, in a luxury head office like this, and those companies that have very modest office and the CEO owns a lot of stocks, that's a good way to invest, because then you know that if I'm in the same boat, he's rowing all the time.
That's a good advice. Look for those who have a very bad shape offices.
Yeah. Small offices are modest. Not bad shape, but small and modest.
Small and modest. So, you have this interesting slide with winning formula. Can you open up it a little bit?
This is not my formula. These are from some books.
Yes, this is from some books.
And this is about if some people are not interested in individual companies. So there are these ETFs, exchange traded funds, low cost, 0.4% annually or something like that. And you buy and sell like shares, and there are thousands of those you can choose. If you have some idea where the markets or anything is going, then you will find a paper to buy. And so if you don't like to study individual companies, you buy the whole market, you buy the index. Like I have some of my money I have in the index. In the Helsinki 25 companies, their index. That's very safe. And you get the when they get the dividends from 25 companies, they buy more of that company's shares. So it's almost 25 best companies.
So it's this OMX H25, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I have here. Yeah, and you have from all the markets, you can buy ETFs.
Okay, so there's
I have a couple of examples here.
Yes, so there's an interesting ETFs, US stock index falling,
Yeah,
SH, and then you have USSDS 2 times.
If you want to make faster losses, so you double.
So actually my question is, you put them on this slide. My question is, when do you use this kind of instruments and why do you use them?
I have this short SH for maybe a month or so, and because I'm expecting that the market may dive someday, at least after the US presidential elections. So I have not lost, but I have not made any money. But I have also this in Stockholm, this exact, I have bear, not this exact bull. I have exact bear.
This dia rising.
The Nordic stock index is falling, exact bear Stockholm.
Yeah, this one.
And I have exact 2x double. So it has gone up and mine has gone faster down.
So your
very sensitive.
Your portfolio is very volatile, like it's going up and down, and or you stabilize.
Yeah. This shorter portfolio is that when the markets are rising, my portfolio is rising faster. When it's going down, it goes faster.
Okay.
Unless I am able to jump out.
So you when you buy this kind of instruments like falling or 2 times falling.
Yeah.
How do you put them in your portfolio? Do you put them with maybe you buy 50% of actually long stock, and then a little bit you expect that it's fall?
Yeah, because I reduce my risk level because most of my investments, they are long, owning shares or ETFs going up. And so if the market goes down, this saves at least part of my money.
Okay, I see. So and percentage, if you take for example today, you said that you expect you will have this slide as well, but you expect that stock market will jump out of the window soon. So how do you use them in your own portfolio? For example, do you have some percentage?
No, I'm just on the feeling. I should be more accurate in figuring out how many percent I will cover and how many percentage of my money is on the stock market. Because with this you can easily raise or lower your risk position.
So when you came here in August, you said that you trade options as well. So a little bit.
I used to.
About
20 years ago I went to a options course in Finland, and there was competition. I won it. We were about 20 or 30. But you know, that's the different thing. That's one is good in swimming and the one is good is running. They are different from each other. And then if you want to make money in the with options, you must concentrate in that.
Yes,
Forget everything else.
I mean,
I wanted to learn how they work.
I mean, you have this formula that's buy ETFs long term. I thought, what do you think about this formula that you buy ETFs long term and at the same time you write out covered calls,
Yeah.
so you get additional profit
Yeah.
from your owning of stocks?
I have done that, but then I became lazy and didn't do it. Then you make a little bit of money all the time.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
So
It's a very good thing.
So it's a smart thing, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, we can go. I can go now. Checkpoint. Okay, so do you trade gold as well? You have here GLD.
I don't trade. I own gold.
You own gold. So what do you think about gold today?
I hope that the price will go up.
You hope.
But there's a good reason, because there's so much money, liquidity, so much cash available in the world, and so the value of paper money in my mind is going down, and the opposite is the value of gold should go up. So I think it's someday it will go up, and I have been rather lucky in my investments with gold. When it was high, I sold part of it, and this is one way to divide the risk. So if you don't want to be on the stock market all the time and the market crashes, then you at least know that I have gold.
Okay.
And I may have too little, but I have.
Okay. That's a good point as well. So technical analysis. How important is that in your in investment world? Or
It depends what kind of investor you are. If you're a long-term investor, you don't trade, sell, or just buy only, so it doesn't mean anything. But if you want to see where the markets are going they going up or down, and how can you understand where they are, what they are doing? So this is a very good way. And the key point for the technical analysis, number one, is that you understand what is the trend and what it means, and how do you define the trend. And the most common formula for trend is to calculate exponential moving average 200 days. If the 200 days moving average going up, then you know the trend is rising, because small ups and downs, they don't show there. And this is what I try to look maybe once a week or so. And the problem is that I travel too much and lazy and so on, and so. But this is the key for success, that you when the trend is up, you ride on there. Then when it turns down, then you jump out. And then, okay, this is 200 days average. Then the next question is, how can I know faster when the trend is turning?
so let's put something on.
Then this is MACD. MACD
This
system is the best.
here is MACD.
And this is it starts so that you calculate, or you get everything from the machine. 12 days and 26 days average, very short. And then you deduct the other one from the other one, and then what your remaining is to calculate the 9-day average. And then
So basically, MACD.
Then you get the fast and slower line, and this is like two trains. The other is a local train, and the other is a speedy train. And when they cross, then you get a sign when to buy or when to go up. And if you look at the bottom here, then you see these lines here. They are also I cannot get from Finnish Kauppalehti in histograms. That would be easier to read. But this is clear also. And you know, the faster one is not dotted line, but the straight line. That is the faster. When it crosses the slower line, then you have to buy. When it crosses down, then you have to sell.
So basically, it's going here, it crosses.
Sometimes it's difficult to read, but most of the time it's very clear that this is going up or down. And here we have Kone, the Finnish lift company. That's from yesterday, so it's 2 days ago. That's missing. They came out with an interim report what investors thought is below expectations. They fell down. I have 9 different things here in this chart.
So this one is Bollinger Band. This
Bands,
one, red and blue.
Depending on the volatility, when it goes up and down faster, then it's wider. When it's rather stable, then it's rather narrow.
So before we go further, I have spoken with so many different kind of investors, and some of them says that, and they're pretty good at stock market, and they says that actually you can see here whatever you want to see, but at the end the stock market is going 50. There is a probability 50% that is going up and probability 50% that's going down. So,
but usually there's a trend.
Yeah. So
either up or down.
There is a
But I think we need not to go so deep in this, because those who are interested, there's an excellent book. The Alexander Elder, actually, he was born here in Estonia, but he was a Soviet citizen, a medical doctor, and he was working in a ship, and he jumped out from the ship in Nigeria and went to New York and started to work then with this, and the name of the book is Trading for a Living. How you make your life. Trading for a Living. Excellent book, and the new version is The New Trading for a Living. The first book came out in 1990s, and now was it last year. That's an excellent book for those who want to work with technical analysis, short-term investments, and this is so good formula. The only requirement that you need spend a lot of time in the front of your computer, and my advice is that concentrate the maximum to 10 different stocks and find out which is the best to buy just now, and everything goes well as long as there are no news. When the company comes out with an interim report, if it's better than expected, then it goes up. It's less than expected, then it goes down, and it goes very quickly down. It ruins all your nice charts. But it works very well when there are no news.
Yes. So there's a thing that there's a support and resistance. So basically, here's a support and there's a resistance. So it breaks down support resistance. My question is, what makes those supports and resistance on the stock market? How the dynamics of stock market works, and who or is it somehow involved with high frequency trading, or how does those
okay, the quick answer is that in that price level there's a lot of shares have changed hands. Let's say that the price of the stock is now 20 euros, and then goes up to 25, and then there comes a lot of sellers, and then it goes back again down to 20, and then it stops there, because those who have bought at 20, they are back now buying at 20, because they understand that it doesn't go much below from here. Then it goes up again, and they start to sell at 25. So when time goes and it jumps between 20 and 25, it takes a lot of news and new investors who don't have the knowledge of the history who will break then the nice thing. But this is how it works.
Okay.
Big volume has changed hands at those levels. And
So basically, the investors who want to go in with this amount of money, they'll buy, and those investors who see that, okay, and the volume will raise.
Actually, if you know some company very well and how it behaves, that's very easy way to make money.
To make more money.
Yeah.
So we are coming to an end, and you have this interesting slide how the bull market ends, and yeah, the 5 points. So let's go them through, and let's look at today's market. Is there a similar?
Yeah. One good thing is that the volume goes down. Like in New York Stock Exchange, in my mind, one of the dangerous things is that when the market goes up, they are near all-time record highs just now. The volume dries up. There are no new buyers anymore who will raise the prices. But still, the trend is positive, but someday when it comes bad news, then they may fall very quickly.
I see. So bull market ends in exhaustion. What's that mean? So basically, that's meaning that there's
tired.
The bulls are tired. They want to.
Bulls are tired. Yeah.
Okay. So bears are preparing for attack.
Yeah.
So there are no new buyers to rise the price. Can we say that today U.S. market there's no buyers actually?
No, there are buyers, but not that many, because the volume dries up. And when in New York Stock Exchange, when the prices have fallen, the volume has gone up. That's a sign of weakness.
Okay, and the investors are full investors. How you can say that? And where you get this information that investors are fully invested?
Because there's no new money coming to raise the prices.
Okay. Okay, and how you
and the last buyers are those who know the least.
Okay.
They are those who buy invest for the first time, and they have only heard from their friends how much they have made money in the stock market, and so finally they decide. After waiting for a couple of years, now it's time. So that's how you lose your money.
But it's a so small amount of. It's like 1% or even lower.
Yeah, could be lower.
So positive news don't leave the market. Can we say today that there is a positive news which don't leave the market?
Not quite, but little bit to that direction.
Okay, and it's difficult to earn money with stocks today.
That's a good sign. If it's difficult, then be prepared to jump out.
Yeah. Okay. And you are prepared.
No. No, yes. I like the stock market, so. But anyhow, in the long run, the probability that I win more than lose is higher than 50%.
That's a good. So the last slide you have, no matter who wins in November, the market are likely to react quite negatively. So why is like this, and why you put this slide, and why you think it's relevant today?
There's a lot of studies, and I mentioned in my book also about Helsinki Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, and Moscow Stock Exchange, and looked different months for 20 years or so, when the markets have gone up and went down. So the trend, it's so that generally the markets are going up from the 1st of November to end of April, and mainly down between April and 1st of November, but this year the during the week, 6 months, the market have been relatively strong. And now it's funny to see that when the strong period starts, shall the markets go up, but the probability that will go up is still good. So you never know, but there are numbers in my book, and then you have to decide and be smart and lucky.
Seppo, it was a pleasure to talk with you, and so many good thoughts, and nobody even came to ask any questions. Maybe there is somebody who would like to ask some questions. You can come. We will take 2 to 3 questions from Seppo, and then we will go to make some pause. And I see the people are running to ask some questions, or we asked already all questions. Hey, you invisible guy, what's your question? Yeah.
While you wait for the lesson, so I have read the Finnish stock market books that have come out to the market last 40 years or so, and I have not seen anyone that can beat my book. So this covers a lot of things, and it tells many different styles to invest. So everybody must find out what are my talents and how do I think about the risk and how much money do I have and so on. And somebody thought that somebody asked me or somebody else that how do I make 1 million in the stock market? I said start with 2.
That's a good point. Actually, we have a question from live stream, and Alexander Mauts, he would like to ask you, what kind of platform do you use for buying stocks? What kind of platform do you use for buying stocks?
Yeah, I use Nordnet.
Nordnet?
Yeah, the Swedish stockbroker. They have very good system. I can trade 10 different markets and low cost and fast.
Okay.
And
we here in Estonia have MetaTrader. It's one thing, and then interactive brokers. I think it's one interesting.
Okay.
So what do you think about those platforms?
There are a lot of these platforms. The main thing is that they must have low expenses. All are fast and all have the same how they come to the market and okay, these are the electronic, these automated systems. They spoil part of the fun. They make money all the time because if you put an order into the system, you have to buy you can buy at exactly 20 euros. Then you type it in. Then suddenly you notice you didn't get it. Now you have to pay 20.04. So there was an electronic machine which was faster than my machine that came and knew that I'm going to buy. So they buy before me and they try to sell it to me, making 4 cents.
So it's a high frequency trading.
Yeah. And that is true.
Pastors. So Seppo, it was real pleasure. I think people want to have a little bit network. Thank you, and we will go after about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We can make pause 10 minutes, and then we will go with panel and talk more about your book. And let's make a huge applause to Seppo.
Nii, aga teeme siis pausi 15 minutit ja oleme umbes 15-10 minuti pärast tagasi. Marko tahab veel midagi öelda.
Kõik, kes jälgivad Facebooki laivi, siis live jääb käima ja tehke samamoodi kodus siis paus 10-15 minutiks ja siis lähme edasi.
Ja võib-olla Facebooki inimestele veel ütleme niimoodi, et küsige julged küsimusi, et võtame mõned küsimused ka Facebook Live'ist. Suurepärane, aitäh teile!
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. For scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel so good. I feel so good.
sentir que iria sofrer e me desesperar. Foi então que da minha infinita tristeza aconteceu você. Encontrei em você a razão de viver e de amar em paz e não sofrer mais, nunca mais. Porque o amor é a coisa mais triste quando se desfaz. Encontrei em você a razão de viver e de amar em paz e não sofrer mais, nunca mais. Porque o amor é a coisa mais triste quando se desfaz. O amor é a coisa mais triste quando se desfaz.
Here we are on earth together, it's you and I. God has made us fall in love, it's true. I've really found someone like you. Will it say the love you feel for me? Will it say that you will be by my side to see me through until my life is through? Conquer the world in love, you and I, you and I, you and I. At least in my life I found someone that may not be here forever to see me through, but I found my strength in you. 'Cause in my mind you will stay here always, in love, you and I, you and I, you and I. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. You're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Ooh, tonight.
Vivo esperando e procurando um trevo no meu jardim. 4 folhinhas nascidas ao léu me levariam pertinho do céu. Feliz eu seria, e o trevo faria que ela voltasse pra mim. Vivo esperando e procurando um trevo no meu jardim. Vivo esperando e procurando trevo no meu jardim. 4 folhinhas nascidas ao léu me levariam pertinho do céu. Feliz eu seria e o trevo faria que ela voltasse pra mim. Vivo esperando e procurando trevo no meu jardim. La ya ra la ya ra ra la ra 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 ra.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. You're so deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. And I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. You know, I said to myself, this affair ain't gonna go so well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know so well that I've got you way under my skin. I would sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of a warning voice comes in the night and repeats in my ear, don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, step up to reality. But each time I do, just a few makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you, you're under my skin.
No nii, kallid investeerimishuvilised, lähme edasi siis paneeliga. Palume teil kõigil võtta uuesti oma istekohad sisse, tunda ennast mõnusalt. Kutsume tagasi ka kõiki Facebook Live vaatajaid ja lähme edasi.
Because I've got you under my skin, and I love you under my skin.
lähme vaikselt üritusega edasi. Kõik, kes kohvi joovad või vett võtavad, et siis paluks asjad kaasa võtta ja saali sisse tulla.
I can think of younger days when living for my life was everything a man could want to do. I could never see tomorrow, but I was never told about the sorrow. And how can you
Anname veel ühe mõnusa minuti aega ja siis lähme juba paneeliga edasi.
How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go round? How can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. I can still feel the breeze that rustles through the trees and misty memories of days gone by. We could never see tomorrow, and no one said a word about the sorrow. How can you mend a broken heart? How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop from shining? What makes the world go round?
No nii, on aeg siis üritusega edasi minna. Enne kui teise osa juurde läheme, tahaksin teilt küsida, kuidas te jäite rahule esimese osaga? Anname suure aplausiga märku, kuidas me jäime rahule esimese osaga. Awesome. So, we're going to continue with our panel, and I'm more than delighted to invite over here also, other than Seppo and myself, first Jaak Roosaare, who is an investor, Estonian investor, also author of two best-selling books about investing in Estonia, and also an honorary member of Estonian Investment Club. And secondly, Jaak, would you please sit there? He's already taking my seat. And thirdly, I'm more than honored to invite here Investor Toomas, who is represented by Juhan Lang today. Juhan Lang is representing Investor Toomas today. Juhan Lang is a business journalist in Äripäev. Welcome, Juhan. Also, Juhan and Äripäev and Investor Toomas are responsible for the book being here today in Estonian. So thank you for that. first of all, I would like to ask Seppo from you that so the book is here right now, written in Estonian. Actually, it has two books put together as one book right now. But going back in time, so how did you become a writer, or how your writing career got started?
A friend of mine asked that I will start writing to the newspaper every other Sunday, and so I started, and that was a regional paper. Then I thought that a lot of regional papers in Finland, I wrote the 7 to 7, so I made more money. Actually, I made so much money that I wrote it for, was it 25 years or so. So, and then I got finally tired. But after I had written several times, so I got a call from a book publisher and said that nobody has written a book on the stock market in Finland. That maybe I can do it because I write interesting columns, and so I did it that way. And the book came out, and it was on the 5th place on the non-fiction bestseller list immediately. And then when the book was printed, I asked them, "What's your plan for marketing of this book?" And they couldn't say anything. And 2 weeks later, the president of the company called me. Would I like to join their team and move to Helsinki, to this Wailinjös, the publisher? And I was originally from Helsinki. I was living in Turku, and so I changed to another company. And I was there 2 years. Then they made me the CEO of the company. They had over 1,000 people there working publishing, and there were 3 printing plants, and this way I got involved.
So you started as writing little posts to a newspaper in the beginning, every second Sunday.
Yeah, every other Sunday.
Yeah, this is pretty similar. As I remember, you wrote something to business newspaper as well.
Yeah, I wrote to Äripäev, and there was a magazine called Tulu, and there was like a one-page column about stock market, and I was 11th grade, so I actually didn't tell Äripäev that I was a student myself, and it was very novice writings, wasn't very quality.
So as I can see, 2 nice and really famous books have come out of just starting writing in the newspaper. And Johan, I address you as Johan right now, so you're writing to a newspaper as well, so you can see what can become of you in a long time, like one of the best investors.
Yeah, Investor Toomas is trying very hard. He's writing kind of every day one comment. So
yes. So can you talk about the journey of the book itself? So when was it first launched, or how long did the writing take, and when did you publish it?
The first book came 1972. That's 44 years ago. That's a long time. But then it sold very well, and later I started to think about it after a couple of new printings that how can it sell more. And then I was in the United States and saw the book How to Buy Stocks. I said, that's a perfect name for me, for my book. And then I thought about the contents, and so it must cover a very wide range, because there are so different styles how to invest, and so with this format it came out 1982, I think so. So and it has been selling well. The biggest one-time printing was 13,000 copies. That was in the beginning of year 2000, when the stock index was at the top in Finland, and that was 13,000, and then the next printing same year was 10,000 copies. That was a lot in Finland, but now the book sales is going down, and the internet is eating, and people have more information, but somebody sent me an email in August that he tried to go to library, Helsinki library, and find a copy, but he said that there was 104 people before him who wanted to borrow my book. And they had already 33 copies of my book, and the line was still long.
What year was that?
No, this August.
This August.
But
That's amazing.
this edition that came out in January.
So how many, the same book, how many exemplars have you published so far?
No, before this one, 97,000. 97,000. So it's 2000, it's 99, so it will break 100,000 someday.
So Jaak, you have information about what's the best-selling book of Estonia, like business book in Estonia. What's the number?
Well, I don't know about business book, but I was in a TV show with Mihkel Raud, and he sold this book Musta Porinäkku. Who has read it? Yeah, so see, it's very popular. I think it was 35,000 copies that he sold, but he didn't publish it himself, so he didn't make any money out of it. Well, he made 50,000 euros out of 35,000 copies. But business book, I think Rikkaks Samse õpik actually has been, it is number 1 in business section in Rahva Raamat this year, and total has been 11,000 copies. So.
Hugely successful, Seppo. Can I ask more about the content of the book? So how did you come up with all the things that are today inside the book?
The problem was that I had too much material, and I don't want that the book is too thick, and I think it should be less than 300 pages, and now it's about 350. So I think I should squeeze it to a little bit smaller, but there's so much information, and the markets are changing all the time. New things are coming up, and if I want to follow my time, then I have to have new things here, and then there are very many principles that they don't change. After 100 years they are the same. So as a publisher, I remember that don't make too thick books, then you have not used your brains enough. You must squeeze it.
You also said that you like this book because it is a lot lighter than the Finnish version.
Yeah.
Why is that important?
The publisher in Finland, I had never changed publisher. But at first the name of my publisher was Veili Years. Then it was acquired by Verne Söderström Oy. Then Verne Söderström divided the company in two, so the publisher was VSO Pro. And then Sanoma bought Verne Söderström, so it was Sanoma was the publisher. And then they sold all their business books to Talentum. So Talentum is now the publisher, but Alma Media bought 3 months ago Talentum. So the next publisher will be the 6th, and the name is Alma Media. So I have not changed anything, but that shows how the publishing market is changing.
Why is it good that the book has to be light?
Yeah, I don't like it too heavy. It's very easy to read, and when I was a marketing manager in a publishing company, so I learned to know how it is selling well and what's the right time to bring it to the market. And like this book, my book in Finland has come always out in January, because there are no new titles coming out in January. And then in order to get the media interested, you must publish it before the full reports of previous years will be published by the companies. Now all the business journalists in the second week of January, they don't have anything to do. So if this comes out, so the house will be full of journalists who want to come, and it's better here. It's lighter, the paper. The paper has more air, and this I have criticized my publisher. They are newcomers. They don't know all the tricks, and so everything should be right in order if you want to create a brand that sells.
For sure, media is interested in it. So Äripäev has been really interested in it as well. So as well as Investor Toomas. So can you share a little bit why Investor Toomas decided to bring Seppo's book to Estonia?
Yeah, before that, just a quick comment that Estonian readers have another advantage, that this book in Estonia is cheaper than in Finland, a little bit. But the question was...
So can you talk about where did you get the idea, where Investor Toomas got the idea to bring Seppo's book to Estonia?
First of all, Investor Toomas is a huge fan of Seppo Saario and his writings, and Investor Toomas likes this idea that Warren Buffett has told this term of intellectual village, that Warren Buffett has said that many great investors, exceptional investors, they don't need to live in the same area, they don't need to do same things, they can even be in different areas, even in investing. But this intellectual village, everybody can build up themselves. And Investor Toomas has built this up with Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett, and as well as Seppo Saario writings. So this was one of the very, very important brick in his this house of knowledge.
Can you talk about how it was? How did you contact Seppo in order to bring the book here?
It's easy. I think it was email first. But after Investor Toomas traveled long journey to Finland, met Seppo in person, visited Seppo at his home, made a long interview, probably 2 hours. And from there, Investor Toomas asked Seppo's opinion about to publish this in Estonia. Investor Toomas had those egoistic interest as well, because he wanted to read the book. And even though Investor Toomas had one written in Finnish as well, but since Investor Toomas is not only one person, so had this interest to read it in Estonian as well. And then the snowball started to go, and here the book is.
So Seppo, did you know about Investor Toomas before? Or what do you think about Investor Toomas overall, that his investment strategies and everything?
I didn't know him before, but I think his idea was to get as much information as possible. How to invest and what you can expect, and what are the pitfalls, and how you make money the easiest way, and what will suit himself very well. We all are different.
So this brings us actually to the book itself. So maybe Jaak, I'll ask from you that what are the top 3 things that you found from the book that you also practiced in your investing?
Well, like I said, this was actually my first investment book that I read, and it was back when I was in end of middle school or early high school. And that the one I had, maybe some of you know as well, it was this dark green paperback, and who knows the book? Some fans, yeah? So, and this was called 100 igihaljast börsivihjet or something like that. And I think there were not too many books written about not only stocks, but about investing in general, and that was one of the only ones. And when I was reading it, I still remember this feeling once I understood that everybody, like a layman, can go and buy a share of stock and become investor, become owner of a company. And for me, that was just like a lightning struck. So I had never thought this way, that I could try all my life, and I couldn't work in Apple or Microsoft or Facebook, but Monday night I can go and buy stock of Facebook or Google and become owner. So this totally changed my idea about investing, and I really enjoyed this his writing style, that it was easy reading and was very readable. So I remember I read it 2 times in a row, just sitting outside. It was a nice summer day, and just page after page. So for me, and right after reading it, I decided that one day I want to become investor as well. So for me, it's really awesome day to day to meet Seppo, and it's really cool.
Can you also say how the book has changed, or what roles has this book had over the lifetime?
Well, later I've analyzed my own trades, and I think what Seppo said as well, that people kind of need to do their own mistakes and find their own way. So I still made mistakes against those rules in the book, so it's not enough that you read it, but you kind of have to get your own lessons as well. But probably the biggest thing I got was this dividends idea. I really like this myself as well, that this idea that you look for dividend aristocrats or dividend kings, that companies that have paid and raised them for a long time. And we talked with Johan that we're gonna try to push Tallink to change the dividend policy. So
After today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks to Seppo. But Investor Toomas, what ideas have you put into work, and what have worked and what hasn't worked for you?
I think it's a little bit similar to talk about Benjamin Graham, Intelligent Investor. Like this book, you can have 100 different small ideas, but in the end of the day, you kind of need to live this book. As Jaak mentioned, that through your investment career, Investor Toomas has almost 15 years, had some success, had some mistakes, but when you have some experience, the book becomes different. It's very different if somebody reads who's a beginner or somebody who has 15 years or 20 years of experience. It's always different. I think maybe one of the main values for investors like Investor Toomas is that you can have this good source of ideas to discuss in your head. You're making some decision, and then you're thinking about Seppo Saario's book, that he wrote like this, he had experience like this. It will be quite helpful.
So Seppo, as you heard, Investor Toomas and Jaak both have used all the things in the book and still made some mistakes, and still sometimes haven't used all of the knowledge there. So what do you think, what's the reason that people don't follow all the strategies and all the points there?
That is a very difficult thing to follow your own rules. Very difficult to follow your own rules, because the situation is changing all the time. You must have very strong view what to do. Then you really make money. Like me, I have learned all my weaknesses through investing. One question: why don't I follow always my own rules, which I have written in the book? And I'm one of the keenest reader of the book, because I have to refresh my brains all the time, and in order to understand the rules. But it's also, the situation is changing all the time. The things are new and they look new, but then you think about it, then this same has happened 50 or 100 years ago already. People are always the same, and they make the same mistakes and new mistakes and so on. It makes it investing very exciting. But if you really make money, so I still say that this Eino Jutikkalas system, just to buy and hold, that's the best way. And you need not read any company reports or so. You pick up good, strong companies, and then you keep investing in those.
So do you also all agree that a book is a good investment?
Books are always good investments. So definitely, and just to comment on what Seppo said, is I think it's very, kind of everybody knows that this would be the best way to invest, that you just buy and keep, but it's boring, right? So you want some action also. So I really like this idea that you have different like portfolios or different accounts, so you can play with a little bit of money as well, and but you will make the most money with those long-term investments. But I think there's really no better value than buying books for money, because if you think you pay 30 or 40 euros, but you get 40 years of Seppo's knowledge all condensed in one book, so you basically get one-on-one conversation with Seppo, and you can have it whenever you want. So I personally am a huge fan of books, been all my life.
So I think you all have read the book. So have I. At least I'm missing a little bit in the end, but I can finish it after this event. But what I wanted to ask, there's a room full of people here today who most of them have the book themselves right now and have a possibility to buy one. So what's the best tips for the people how to read the book and how to get the best out of the book? So, Seppo.
Yeah, I got comments from my readers. At first, you can start the book on different parts, and you can skip some if you are not interested in some chapters, then over. And some of the readers said that the best part of the books are the first and last two chapters. If you read only little, so read the first chapter, because I try to give the total view in the first chapter, so you know and what is the investing about. And then the last two chapters, there I have there's investment strategies of 11 different successful American investors, and there's Warren Buffett also, and so on. And then I have this 100 igihaljast börsivihjet as the last chapter. Well, I have revised them, but they don't change much. Maybe I have changed maybe one from previous book or so on, but that's like what the readers have told to me are the best parts.
Investor Toomas, what do you think?
I think the best way to read this book is to be actual investor, to invest yourself and have this book on your desk while you're investing, and once in a while when you have some ideas. Another thing Investor Toomas noticed, that if you're investing yourself, some point of life you might start to think that your ideas are very unique or original, and this book, as you read, will calm you down a little bit as well, that you'll start to understand that somebody else in Finland has thought about those things also and has some opinion about those. So it's refreshing to keep it always in your desk and read, because it's not literature. You can really use it and put it in practice.
So every time you Investor Toomas has found something kind of new, that then you also take the book and see that Seppo has already commented on this.
Right now it's hard to say anymore, because Investor Toomas have read it, and some part he have memorized.
Jaak, what
I actually keep the first version. This it's not actually first version, but this middle version in Estonian with the blue covers. I keep this in my restroom, and whenever I go and have a sit down, then I just open it, and there's always, like Seppo said, you don't have to read it from cover to cover. Like, you can open random page, and there's again like a tip, so it's very good. And also I've done this, that I've analyzed my own trades. I've written like mistakes mainly, and then tried to find like from the book, what kind of rule I broke this time. So
the ideology is really good, but Seppo, have you gotten this feedback from others that they use it as a restroom book? Usually there's magazines or comics.
I don't remember. Maybe I have heard all kinds of comments. So that has gone 40 years with the book, so I don't remember all the comments. But one thing, when I write, I have always put my own money in that thing what I write about. So they all are things are based on my own experience. They are no theories and you must do this and that. I have always done this and or that what I write and that what somebody has told is the good strength of my book. They are like based on my own experience. I have made money and lost money, but and then I have written down.
Can you share with the audience some of the brightest feedbacks that you've gotten about the book? Some people have read the book and have changed their lives maybe, or do you have anything?
During the years I have got many comments, probably hundreds, but I don't have it in my mind any specific comment. You know, sometimes I remember I used to go a lot to ice hockey games. I had a season ticket for my son, and occasionally people come and shake me and I said, "Oh, you wrote so good. I got excellent advice." And then one day, for last summer, we were going to my wife's mother's summer home, she's 97, just soon 98, and we were driving in a small road in the archipelago in the eastern part of Finland, and a car stopped and the guy opened the window and he said, "Thank you for your book." So I got all kinds of.
I think one good feedback is also from Jaak that he started investing. One reason was because reading your book, and also I think Jaak, your new books, investing how to become rich with stocks. It starts with also Seppo's book.
Yeah, like I'm really glad I got to meet Seppo today, because I was hoping that he's not sharing this story of his Ford stock purchase with you, because we got this story when we had lunch before, so it was secret. But I think this story is really cool, and I would really love if you have time to write your own biography, like how did you start it. But that's something that I plan to cover, and also the Seino story is very motivating in that sense that you don't have to make a big salary or be entrepreneur to become wealthy in your lifetime if you just invest passively.
Jaak, you also are writing a book about stocks, and you already read Seppo's book. So what do you think, which one is better?
I would buy them both, because you can, like Seppo's talk more generally and about Finnish stocks, and I try to keep the same style, but write more about Estonian stocks, because like Tallinna Kaubamaja is one stock that I'm really fascinated about. They have averaged 22% compounded growth over 20 years. There's no other company in Estonia, not even close. And then there's another company like Baltica or Viisnurk who has been also 20 years in the stock exchange, but you have actually lost money if you hold it for 20 years. So I was really fascinated that we all know these companies, but you know, Tallinna Kaubamaja has beaten Berkshire Hathaway for last 20 years, which is pretty weird. So I will put more effort into things that I know more, because Seppo hasn't had time to do this Estonian research.
Investor Toomas, what's the plan with Seppo's book? So the first launch was 1,000 books printed. As you can see, the room is full of audience, and everybody would like to have the book. So can you share the plans with Seppo's book?
Investor Toomas is not the one who's printing the book, but I think this is for sure that everybody who wants will get the book. I know that the new print is out from Monday, this Monday from now. The first one sold, I think, with 2 days, but definitely we'll have enough, I think.
So thank you for that. And I would actually have some question from the audience as well. So we have a couple of minutes left till end of this Are there any questions? I'm willing to give my microphone.
Okay, I turn it here. Okay, Seppo, as I understood, you are quite active nowadays as well, reading the markets and even having some trading portfolio. I was wondering what kind of watch list do you have right now, and in New York stock exchanges, in Helsinki and in Stockholm? Watch list, what kind of stocks are you currently like actively following?
Yeah. I must think about what I have done recently. In the United States, I recently bought one oil tanker company. They have 51 ships and they have so-called medium-size, they call it Suez class, and then one very wide body, which is among the biggest in the world, goes between Near East and China, and I got interested because dividend yield is over 6%. The PE number for this year's expected earnings is 6, and it's selling 60% from the book value, undervalued, and just now the freight prices are very low, and that means that oil tanker prices are also very low. But in my mind it's a solid company, so I thought that someday oil price will go up, and now they have a lot of oil in the storages, and but someday that will go down also. Then the freight prices may go up, and if that goes up, so the value of the ships go up, and they don't have too much debt, and I thought that these figures were enough good for me, so I have bought at least a little, and it has been very volatile. It's about $2.15 US, but a year ago it was $7 or $8. Now it's $2.50 or $2.40 or $2.60, somewhere in that neighborhood. And
what was the name of the company?
It's TK, and that's TNK is the code to the stock exchange. TN, like coming from tank, TNK.
So
then one interesting company in Sweden is Autoliv. They are making these safety bags in the cars, because there's a Japanese, is it Tanaka, or that has a catastrophe and people have died and they exploded, and they are going like this, and the main competitor is Swedish Autoliv, and then they may get lot of new orders from car manufacturers, but it takes time because they need new models. When a new model comes, then they will put those airbags from Autoliv to that. So that's more like a long range, but there's a huge potential that it will go up, and what I have bought in Finland. I'll tell you soon.
So I'll ask the last question, and this is about the book. Seppo, what do you think? Is book writing a good business? Is it better than investing?
No, you don't make any money with that. Not that. This is just a hobby, and you get good feeling when you have written and you see that your book is published, but you cannot live. And if the quantity is big, so but you divide it with over 40 years, so that's not so many copies per year. And then you start to count that how much do I get, a couple of euros per book, so you can live that for maximum for a week with that money.
Jaak, how would you comment this with your book?
If you want to make money, then publish yourself. That's the key, because I keep 10 euros per book, so that's better. But I personally like this, that like if you write about investing, you should be investor. So like you shouldn't be like your main income should always come from your speciality that you're writing about. But I was actually curious, Seppo, like, are you more proud of your investing career or are you more proud of your writer's career?
Yeah, I have been starting to think about that, but I make living with my investment career, but I get a lot of good things from having written the book, so they are a little bit different things.
Investor Toomas, what book from Seppo would you wait for next, or would you like to come out next, or in other sense, which investor's book are you looking forward to?
It's extremely easy to answer because I just need to ask Seppo which book you're planning to publish next, if any.
I promised my wife that I will not write anything more.
Thank you so much. Let's have a huge round of applause for everybody here. So just 1 second more. So I would like to give out something from us, from the investment club as well. So first, Investor Toomas. We're giving you from Investment Club the honorary member status for the club. So you're welcome to every event we have, and you're welcome to speak with all the members all the time. Thank you. And there's also in the back, there's this little pin which represents the Estonian club little tree, so wear it with proudness. Thank you. The next up, Jaak. So you've been already our honorary member. Do you have any comments about how is it to be a honorary member?
This is awesome. So if you ever have a chance, make sure you come, and we're going to have our own honorary club members club. So it's going to be cool.
So we'd like to just give you a thank you note all again, but it has a strong message, so thank you so much. And as Jaak didn't have a tie today, so there's a tie in the back. And last but not least, Seppo, it's our big pleasure to invite you to Investment Club's honorary members. So you're welcome to all of our events too. And thank you so much for taking time to come to Estonia. Also the pin that every Investment Club member wears with honor. So welcome to wear this as well. And the little notebook, and which has a logo of Estonian Investment Club, and also a wooden tie, which is made from Estonia. So thank you. Huge applause.
And as we promised to give away a book for all those who were sharing our live stream, and it was actually lottery, and the winner is Rait Condor. Here you go.
Thank you, everybody. So we're going to have a quick pause of 10 minutes. So there's some barely warm coffee outside still. There's good coffee outside and smoothies. So feel refreshing and go outside, have a smoothie, and then so we start book signing just here, but the order, or people should gather, the queue should form from there. So let's be back in 10 minutes.